Jags on the road at the Eagles. Eagles are on the other side of a touchdown. 7.5 at home here in this one over the Jags. 45.5 is our total here in this one. Christian Kirk out for the season for the Jags. I guess Brian Thomas is going to try to give it a go, even though the initial reports out 3 to 6 weeks or whatever, and then now it's like he's going to play the same week. So again, we'll see how this all turns out. Obviously a prime teaser leg for a lot of people out there. This just gets this down to 1.5 if you wanted to go that direction. I kind of played it somewhat like that. So I don't play the traditional teasers anymore because you can play just the alt line parlays and get a better price. And so I took the 7.5 down just to 2.5. I only asked the books for 5 and was able to pair that up whenever the Chiefs were still at 8 down to the 2.5. And so that's the kind of alt line parlay that I have in the account this week. You can still do that with the Eagles, but the Chiefs game's out of control now. It's all the way out to 9.5. So that doesn't exist anymore. Maybe there's another leg that you can find that you like, but that's how I played this one, Mo.
I reluctantly took the Jaguars here, but I think it's like you said earlier about having multiple ways to get to the window. I do think the Jags can get there multiple ways here. I think they could just make this a close game like it was against Green Bay, and I also think the back door should be wide open against this Philadelphia secondary, man. I know their numbers for the season are like okay, but I just have been really unimpressed with their secondary. Their corners, I mean, Darius Slay, I haven't seen whether he missed practice again, so this is me efforting and checking, but yeah, double DNP, that's not good. Multiple rookies possibly starting. And yeah, I did not see that the Brian Thomas situation was a Michael Pittman type situation where they initially were talking about IR and then he just plays. But
Yeah. Right.
I saw that he practiced, so I'm just assuming he's going. 7.5. I think it's a little bit too much. So I reluctantly backed the Doug Peterson revenge game, but I do not feel good about it.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that we can both cash this ticket because it wouldn't surprise me to see, an Eagles field goal win in this thing. So, I think we can both cash the positions that we have. I will say this, and granted, I was very high on the Eagles coming into the season, so maybe I'm trying to look at this through rose-colored glasses because I have such an incredible amount of money invested on this team. But I did like what I saw last week from an adjustment standpoint. Now, I do understand they only had one guy to have to adjust to, which was Jamar Chase, so I get that. But I mean, if you're the Jags, are you really? I mean, if you're the Eagles, are you worried about Gabe Davis? I mean, I'm not. So maybe you really only have to make that adjustment to Brian Thomas. So I don't know. I'm reluctantly optimistic for this Eagles defense. That said, I am also of the mindset that I could watch this game and be beating my head against the wall going, oh my God, it's the same old shit over and over again. So that said, I will credit where credit's due. I did like what I saw last week from them.
Yeah, they played a strong game. I mean, people that I like that I think, I respect their opinions were all over the Eagles. So I was more lukewarm on that one. So, they were definitely right about that one. But the Jags are actually strong up front. So I think this is going to have to be an aerial attack, and it could work out, obviously, how bad this secondary is. But Jalen Hurts, I think, is going to have to pass to get this one over.